All right, Chiefs Kingdom, we are less than 50 subscribers away from 27,000 here on the Chiefs Report. So help us out, hit that subscribe button because we will continue to bring you free Chiefs news, rumors, more offseason coverage as well. And this week we're going to go live tomorrow on Wednesday because I had President's Day off on Monday. We'll be live on Wednesday, so subscribe, join us for that. And also stay tuned for today's show. Today's Chiefs Report is presented by Manscaped. Get 20% off plus free shipping of all the best men's grooming products over there. Go to manscaped.com. Use promo code CHIEFS. You'll get 20% off plus free shipping. All right, let's get into today's Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I am Harrison Graham. Is Orlando Brown going to get franchise tag? Well, I do think it's a good possibility. The question is when. The NFL franchise tag window did open here on Tuesday, and teams have until March 8th to officially tag players. Remember, each team gets to franchise tag one player if they choose to do so, and Orlando Brown is a prime franchise tag candidate. Bob Fesco added to this as well, 610 Sports Radio in Kansas City, saying, source, the Chiefs will most likely use the franchise tag on Orlando Brown, which is, what we've been hearing, what's been rumbled over the past couple of weeks. Look, if no long-term deal gets done by March 8th, which I don't think that'll happen, these two sides are going to negotiate and it's going to take some time, then he's going to get franchise tag. The Chiefs aren't going to risk letting him hit free agency and potentially sign with another team. They've made that clear that he's a part of their plan. So I would expect a tag. They'll give it until March 7th, March 8th, closer to that deadline to see if a deal gets done. But if it doesn't, which it probably won't, they'll tag him, and then that buys him 4 extra months to get a long-term extension. Now, Brett Veach, the team's general manager, has made it painfully obvious that Orlando Brown will be back. He said, quote, I thought Orlando did a great job talking about this season. He's another unique character, too, when you talk about a culture and a guy that does everything the right way. He's as dependable as there is. We'll certainly work and get him done. We expect him to be our left tackle moving forward. So if there's any doubts about his future in Kansas City, you can put those to rest. It's only a matter of if he'll be under the franchise tag or get a long-term deal done, which I think both could happen, where he gets tagged in the short term and then before the season starts, he gets a long-term deal. And let's be honest, he's the anchor of this left side of the offensive line for the next, hopefully, 10 years or so. He's not going anywhere. The Chiefs finally got their offensive line in place after a bad year in 2020, especially once the injuries popped up. We saw what happened in the Super Bowl to the Bucs. They couldn't protect. That's why they invested in Orlando Brown, Joe Thuney. You draft Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith. Lucas Niang showed some positive signs at right tackle before he got injured. Orlando Brown's a part of it. You don't trade what you did a year ago and then let him walk. He will likely get tagged, and then hopefully a long-term deal gets done at some point this offseason. Will the Chiefs tag Orlando Brown? Type Y for yes. Type N for no. I think he will get tagged, but get your votes in on this one down in the comments. Let's shift to free agency. I guess elsewhere in free agency, technically Orlando Brown is a free agent. How about signing Malcolm Butler? Yes, remember him? Well, he was released from the Cardinals reserve/retired list last week. You probably didn't even know that he was still technically in the NFL, so he joined the Cardinals last year during training camp. He left due to personal reasons, was placed on the reserve/retired list. People thought his career's probably over, even though he never announced that he was retiring. Speculation that he could make a comeback and play this season. And look, you're probably thinking, he's washed, he's done. Well, 2 seasons ago, which only after 1 year off, he was still playing at a high level. Had 100 tackles, had 14 pass breakups, 4 interceptions. Last time we saw him play a complete season with the Tennessee Titans, he was still a well above average corner. Hey, listen, I'd kick the tires. I'd see what's going on, work him out, and sign him to a cheap deal and let him compete for a roster spot. I think that there's no harm in doing that. And if he's washed, if he doesn't look the part, then don't sign him after the workout or cut him during training camp or whatever. But I don't think there's any harm in kicking the tires. And, hey, you never know. Maybe he's still a starting caliber player. More on this in a moment, but I want to shout out today's sponsor, Manscaped, and their all-new Ultra Premium collection that they've launched in just the past month or so. It's a 5-product collection here: body wash and shampoo. Shampoo and conditioner all in one bottle, I should say. Body wash, body spray as well. It comes with lip balm and deodorant. And you can get it all for only $39.99 when you go to manscaped.com and use promo code Chiefs. I was running late yesterday. I had to run a lot of errands. I mentioned I was off for President's Day. And, got a quick workout in, and I didn't have time to take a shower. So use some of that body spray, helped cover up, the sweats and all that good stuff. And I was good to go, smelling fresh, smelling clean. You can do so as well at manscaped.com, promo code Chiefs. Check out the Ultra Premium Collection. They are some awesome products for only $39.99. Okay, back to the Malcolm Butler thing. So you look at kind of the Chiefs' cornerback situation. You've got Rashad Fenton, you've got Charvarius Ward, but Ward is a free agent. If he walks, then you probably need another corner, and I think there is a decent chance that Charvarius Ward is going to be gone. And if he is, then you've probably got to replace him, because I don't think DeAndre Baker's a starter. Mike Hughes is also a free agent. Yeah, I think that if he walks, maybe kicking the tires on a guy like Malcolm Butler for cheap makes sense. Maybe you draft a corner as well to help make up for his absence if someone pays for Ward, which someone probably will. Would you sign Malcolm Butler? Type S for sign him, type P for pass. I'd sign him. If he's, again, this is assuming he wants to play football again, which certainly seems like that is the case. But get your votes in the comment section. All right, let's talk about the latest on Eric Bieniemy, which is there really is no update, which I think is very weird. Things have gone silent around Bieniemy and his future with the Chiefs or in general. Obviously, last week there were a lot of major rumors. There was that article from the Chiefs Editorial Board, which they later took down. We broke that down before it got taken down. Still hard to say how much of that was true, how much wasn't. I think there was probably some truth to it, but unclear how much was true. And what's also unclear is if he'll return next season. There was a reported meeting between him and Andy Reid. Not sure if that happened. Not sure if it did happen, what came out of it. Weird things are happening here. I think it's really weird that things have gone silent here around Bieniemy. I mean, free agency is just around the corner. You got to have your coaching staff in place like now. I mean, maybe a couple of weeks you have time still here, but you're starting to put your plan together for free agency, for the draft, for guys you might consider cutting or signing to contract extensions. I mean, you got to figure out who's on your staff, especially since you got to replace your quarterback's coach and potentially your offensive coordinator if Bieniemy is gone. And we know this for certain. His contract is expiring, so even if he does stay, you got to sign him to a contract extension. So it's all very fascinating. I'm not sure what's going to happen here with EB. I said last week I think it's more likely that he's gone than he's not. Here's what I know. Decision needs to come, and it needs to come quickly. Will Eric Bieniemy return next season? Type R for return or type L for leave. I still am leaning toward leaving, but maybe the longer this drags out, the more likely it is that he is going to stay. All right, thanks you for tuning in to today's Chiefs Report. Remember, subscribe. We're less than 50 subs away from 27,000. Do it for Rashad Fenton, number 27. And, of course, join us tomorrow. We'll be live at 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 Central for our weekly live show. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and we will see you soon here at the Chiefs Report.